Thank you for joining the Care Counseling Corner with Dr. Maria. Please comment, share, subscribe, and I thank you for your support. Well, in today's segment, we're going to talk about how to connect with your teen. Now, I have one teenager right now and eventually another teenager in a couple years. I've been working in the counseling profession for over 20 years, and a lot of what happens with parents and teenagers is that there's a disconnect in communication. Um, what I see with working with parents is that we still try to parent our children, toddlers, into teenagers. So we try to teach our teenagers or we parent them the same way we used to when they were still very young. So we cuddle them a lot instead of giving them or allowing them to have their own autonomy. So what I mean by this is that during the teenage years, they start developing what they want to be, who they want to be more like. They start identifying more with their friends as opposed to their family members, their parents. So we have to allow our kids to make that transition. And we also, as parents, have to make that transition. We have, for the past 12, 13, 14 years, our life has been revolved around them and their needs. And now they don't need us as much because they want to be independent and want to be their own. So we have to kind of let that be, let them go. In the meantime, and while still being a parent. So how do we have that relationship, that parental relationship that is still respectful and still communicative with our teenage? First, we have to base our relationship in trust and mutual respect. I hear so many teens say, well, why do I have to respect them if they don't respect me? And parents say, well, I'm your parent. You're supposed to respect me, right? And yes, both of you are right. So then we have to still gain that mutual respect. If I don't want to be disrespected, then you can't disrespect your child either. I encourage you again to change that mindset and be aware as a parent that you have to transition from parenting a child to parenting that teenager that you have at the moment. Mutual respect, respecting one another, and trust, building trust. So when building trust, one thing that we have to do is stop assuming. A lot of times we just assume, we just jump into what we think and what maybe someone else told us instead of just asking, sitting down and asking our child, can you tell me what's going on? We also assume that they don't want to do something. For example, I have many parents come in and say, well, my teenager's lazy. Now, again, that's name calling and that's assuming that they're lazy. They don't want to clean their room because they're lazy. They don't want to do their homework because they're lazy. Have you sat down and with your teenager, what's going on? Can you explain to me, or how can I help you would be the best question. Okay, sometimes I see this a lot in the room. Oh my goodness, it's so messy. It becomes overwhelming to that teenager that the parent says, oh, just clean up your room. And that just seems simple, but maybe to them it's very difficult. So how can we help you? How can I help you maintain your room clean? Is it that you need a bigger garbage can? Is it that you need a different kind of basket? Maybe we can break that cleaning room into smaller tasks so that we can get what we need to be done. Homework. I've fallen behind in 15 assignments. How can I help you catch up? How can we cut back in certain things? Is it that you have too many chores and you are not able to complete the other task? So coming up with a plan, and in discussing a plan, it's important that they feel that they're part of this plan, that they have some control. It's builds more responsibility when you give them that control. If you say, okay, can we set up a plan on how to clean your room, or can we set up a plan on how you can maintain homework? How can you, or how can I help you? So if it's a room cleaning, for example, you need 5 days to clean your room And at the sixth day that you haven't cleaned your room, what should the consequence be? And the teenager should be able to come up with their own consequence. So now you don't have to remind them every day, because it becomes a nag instead of an assistance is a nag. And we don't like to be nag. It's like when you're talking to your partner and you say to your partner, "Oh, remember when you used to buy me flowers and now you don't buy me flowers?" That's a nag. It becomes a nag. But if you change that and say, "I used to love when you used to bring me flowers. It made me feel so good." Now it becomes something that they actually want to do. So, just as a reminder, again, I can't say enough about it. Building trust and building mutual respect between both of you can make a difference in your communication with your teen and connecting with your teenager. To inquire about our services, go to carecounselingcenter.org.